しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているエキスしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直している
A welcome inside Hyde Stadium for the first of a 4-game series between the Pierre Trappers and the Hastings Sodbusters. A battle between teams at the bottom of the Clark Division standings in the second half. The Trappers at 1-5, the Sodbusters at 1-6, and overall, both teams at the bottom of the Expedition League itself, unfortunately for the two teams, with the Trappers sitting at 10-25 and the Sodbusters at 9-28. We'll take you through the starting lineups for the Sodbusters and the Trappers. First for the Hastings Sodbusters, led today by Luke Bay after their head coach Chandler Wagoner was ejected from their game yesterday against the Fremont Moo. They'll lead things off with the center fielder, number 13, Omar Jackson. Batting second, the catcher, number 2, Justin McGuigan. Batting third, the third baseman, number 17, Ian Riley. Batting fourth, the DH, number 24, JT Cafferty. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 28, in James Shimashita. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 15, Carson Cahoy. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 4, Cole Dawson. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 8, Luke Solis. And batting ninth will be the left fielder in number 11, Cameron McClure. On the mound for the Sodbusters tonight will be number 11 in Leif Hulteen. For the Pierre Trappers, they'll line up with the leadoff batter and the DH, number 14, Tyler Skelton, returning to the leadoff spot after giving it up to Caden Cardoso for a little while. Batting second will be the second baseman, number 17, Ty Stoss. At shortstop will be number 27, Garrett Hill, making his first appearance at shortstop for the Trappers this season after starting at third base yesterday. Batting fourth will be the center fielder, number 6, Eric Mast. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 28, Joey Bramante. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 23, Brock Reinhardt. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 20, Cole Yancey. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 1, Richie Williams. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 3, Braden Cordes. On the mound for the Pierre Trappers will be number 34, in Fisher Rausch. So the Sodbusters and the Trappers taking each other on for the first time since all the way back on opening day in the second game of the season on May 25th and 26th. It was an entertaining series in which both games had a different storyline. That first game on opening day, a very tight ball game. The Trappers led most of the way before the Sodbusters tied the ball game back up, pushed the game into extra innings, where the Trappers ended up walking it off in the 11th inning to win that game. I believe the final score was 5-4. And indeed it was, with Caden Cardoso getting the win. He's the starting, or was the starting right fielder yesterday, not in the lineup today. It's Cardoso's lone decision of the season, so now for the Trappers, 35 games later, still nothing for Cardoso. Rand Sanders got the loss in that contest for the Sodbusters. He is no longer with the Busters this season. The next game was a big difference as the Pierre Trappers came out hot, scoring 7 runs on the first inning to make it 7-2. However, the Sodbusters then scored 7 runs in the second inning, 11 in the fourth, and 3 in the third. They ended up winning that game 23-9 against the Pierre Trappers. A lot of runs combined between the two teams. Herrera ended up getting the win in that game. He is a reliever for the Sodbusters, still with the team, and Brendan Perez got the loss. Busy score sheet on that day as well. People were looking forward to the third game of that series, as it was going to be a difference maker. Are we going to see another blowout? Are the Trappers going to come back with a vengeance? Or is it going to be another close game like it was on opening day? Unfortunately, we never got that answer, as that next game was rained out as the Trappers, paying tribute to their 3 All-Stars, Nick McCullum, Colin Adams, and Tyler Lubin. But we never got that answer because of the rainout. The reason that this is a 4-game series is because of that rainout. Tomorrow, a doubleheader will be played. The first pitch will be at 5:35 for Game 1 of that series. The next game of that doubleheader will then be about 20 to 30 minutes after the end of game number 1. So as the starting lineup announced for the Pierre Trappers, we'll take a look at the pitchers matchup. Leif Hulting on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters. In 7 appearances, all 7 of them starts. Has an 0-1 record with a 5.38 ERA. Has walked 5 batters, striking out 27. Meanwhile, Fisher Rausch, in 5 appearances, 3 starts, has a 1-2 record with a 4.95 ERA. In 20 innings pitched, has allowed 16 hits, 15 runs, 11 of them earned, walking 20 and striking out 24. These two teams will look to gain a few wins off of each other, as they've been struggling to gain wins otherwise. So 4 more wins, some way, somehow, will go either to the Hastings Sodbusters or the Pierre Trappers. It could be split between the two teams, but this is a big series for both the Trappers and the Sodbusters to make a difference and push themselves up in the standings against, for what both teams, is a weaker opponent than what they're used to playing. Now for the Hastings Sodbusters, most of their games have been against the Fremont Moo, the defending Expedition League champions, while the Trappers have been spending most of their game time against the Sioux Falls Sunfish, who started the season off weakly but have since been on fire. They currently are tied at the top of the Clark Division with the Fremont Moo in the second half of the season at 6-1. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem here from Hyde Stadium and be back for first pitch between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Pierre Trappers.
No matter what their personal feelings or loyalties are, should display respect for them all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would now please stand and remove cover as we honor our nation's colors and honor those who gave their lives for our freedom, those still deployed and those who have returned safely. Those in attendance are reminded that proper respect is to remove any headgear and stand at attention with your hand over your heart. Retired military and active personnel out of uniform may salute the flag. Tonight's anthem is being performed by some of the kids from Capital Area United Ways Agency and the Boys and Girls Club. Fans, please join them in singing our national anthem.
A national anthem has been sung, and that means it's time to play ball here from Hyde Stadium as the Pierre Trappers take on the Hastings Sodbusters in the first of a 4-game series. And immediately a national anthem standoff between the two teams. A lot of Trappers against one member of the Hastings Sodbusters. For Hastings, it's Trayton Scully. A whole host of Trappers remain on the line, including Nicholas Strong, Caden Cardoso, Thomas McKenna, Mason Torvey, Adrian Lopez, Jacob Newman, and Nathan June. The field umpire tonight, Tristan Jones, trying to get both off the line, and the Sodbusters coach will usher Scully off the line, meaning 5 members of the Pierre Trappers will win the short national anthem standoff. We'll take you through the defensive order for the Pierre Trappers and the batting order one more time for the Hastings Sodbusters. The defensive order for the Pierre Trappers: in left field will be Cole Yancey. In center, Eric Mast. In right, Richie Williams. At third, Braden Cordes. At short, Garrett Hill. At second base, Ty Stoss. At first base, Joey Bramonti. The battery for the Trappers will have Fisher Rausch on the mound and Brock Reinhardt behind the plate. The batting order one more time for the Hastings Sodbusters before we get underway. They'll lead things off with the center fielder, Omar Jackson, then the catcher, Justin McGuigan, the third baseman, Ian Riley, the designated hitter, JT Cafferty, the first baseman, James Shimashita, the right fielder, Carson Cahoy, the second baseman, Cole Dawson, the shortstop, Luke Solis, and the left fielder, Cameron McClure, will round it out. As we wait for a pregame ceremony to get underway before the Trappers take the field defensively. So the first pitch delivered as the Sodbusters wait on deck. Omar Jackson will lead things off for the Sodbusters as they take on Fisher Rausch. So Fisher Rausch takes the mound. This season for the Pierre Trappers, Fisher Rausch in 5 appearances and 3 starts, making his 4th start for the Trappers tonight. has a 1-2 record with a 4.95 ERA. 20 innings pitched, 16 hits, 15 runs, 11 of them earned, walking 20, striking out 24. His last appearance against the Sioux Falls Sunfish pitched 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walking 4 and striking out 6. Roush, the native of Valley Park, Missouri and Southeast Missouri State, playing for the Redhawks as he warms up before we get underway for first pitch. So a battle of the bottom of the Clark division, but the good news for both teams is they have an opportunity to get at most 4 wins in this series between each other. The Sodbusters have had a lot of games against the Fremont Moo. They know what it's like to face good pitching and to face good bats on the mound. The Pierre Trappers have faced a variety of teams, mostly seeing the Sioux Falls Sunfish, who, as I mentioned earlier, started the season slowly but have since been heating up and currently sit over 500 at 20-18 on the season. The Sodbusters look for win number 10 of the season. The Trappers look for win number 11. Game number 38 for the Sodbusters and game number 36 for the Pierre Trappers. Sodbusters have extremely struggled away from their home ballpark at Duncan Field. They carry a 2-16 road record into this trip in Pierre. One of those 2 road wins came here at Hyde Stadium in that 23-9 decision. Of course, rosters have changed a lot since then for both the Sodbusters and the Trappers. It's fair to say that we're seeing 2 completely new teams tonight. So now stepping into the box will be Omar Jackson, the center fielder. He went 0 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout in the last game against the Fremont Moo. Jackson steps into the left-handed batter's box before ready to take on Fisher Roush. The Trappers using the first strike mantra, and it will not come to pass here as the first pitch goes high for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes now to Omar Jackson, the center fielder for the Sodbusters. Second pitch from Roush. That one will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. Umpires today will be Tristan Jones in the field and Samuel Barrett behind the plate. Other pitch will miss from Roush, putting the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Sodbusters in green socks with 3 yellow stripes. That's a 2-1 swing and a foul back. Heading back right towards our camera, actually. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gray pants for the Sodbusters with it looks to be green belts, a green uniform with Sodbusters written across the front, yellow stripe on the sleeves, white numbers on the back, the white Sodbusters word mark. Another pitch fouled off. We'll keep the count at 2-2. Sodbusters will be wearing multicolored hats. It looks like black on the back with a white face and a yellow brim with a B''S on the front. Kind of a hybrid between the Boston Red Sox and Oakland Athletics. 2-2. That one misses, and the first batter that Roush will face, the count will go full 2. Busier day here on a Friday evening than it was in yesterday's contest. The full count and a rip to right field. That will drop for a base hit. It gets through the glove of Richie Williams. Rounding first and heading for second is Omar Jackson. He's thinking about taking third. Finally getting to it is Eric Mass. Now rounding third and getting the stop sign. That will be a single and an error. And a really rough start for the Pierre Trappers as Richie Williams just simply misplayed the ball. Went right through his glove, right underneath it, I should say. So a single for Omar Jackson and a 2-base E9. Wow. And if there's a start to a series that the Trappers wanted, that was the exact opposite of it. As it will bring up Justin McGuigan. McGuigan getting the day off yesterday at Duncan Field. The First pitch will be called a strike. His last appearance was at Moeller Field in Fremont, Nebraska, where he went 3 for 4 with a strikeout against the Moo pitchers. An 0-1 count. A wind-up and pitch and a ground ball right over to the first baseman, the second baseman, the first baseman Bramonti as he flips it on over. Not knowing what I'm talking about right now. As a 1-3 ground out will leave Jackson over at third base as the first out is recorded here in the top of the first. Ian Riley becomes the new batter. The third baseman went 1 for 2 yesterday at Duncan Field with an RBI and a walk. He bats 164 on the season, about midway through. It was a young season the last time these two teams faced off, as a big swing and a miss will go for strike number 1. Roush trying to avoid Omar Jackson coming in from third base. He got aboard to third base with nobody out, and it's going to take a lot of work to keep it scoreless. Roush winds up and deals on the 0-1. The pitch will go high, evening the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley, the native of Austin, Texas, a Cloud County Community College Thunderbird. State capital of the Lone Star State, as the 1-1 will catch the strike zone for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. This could be a huge strikeout for Fisher Roush, as it would take away a sacrifice opportunity. Infield squeezed into a tight configuration as a fly ball hit to center field. Mast is there to make the catch. Jackson breaks for home. The throw from Mast will be not in time. And a sacrifice fly for the Hastings Sodbusters will give them the lead 1-0. JT Cafferty becomes the new batter after the sacrifice fly to center field. So Ian Riley gets credit for an RBI. And a 1-0 lead for Hastings here in the top of the first. Both games against the Pioneers, the Trappers let up first inning runs. The first game, the Trappers gave up 7 first inning runs. Game 2, they let up 3. They're hoping to limit the damage in this game to just 1. There's a big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Trappers welcoming teams from Nebraska back to Hyde Stadium for the first time since May. The only 2 Nebraska teams that are supposed to come out of 3 are Hastings and Western Nebraska. Here comes the 1-1, a dribbler up the third base line. That's a fair ball. Cordes picks it up, fires onto first base. An easy throw for out number 3. So the Sodbusters do score 1 off a 2-base error by Richie Williams off the base hit by Omar Jackson. 1 run. It was unearned on 1 hit, 1 error committed by the Pierre Trappers. No Sodbusters left on base. Middle of the first, it's the Sodbusters 1 and the Pierre Trappers 0. We'll be back for the bottom of the first. Tyler Skelton, Tyce Dawson, Garrett Hill lead things off for Pierre.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Bottom of the first inning about to get underway. Defensive order for the Hastings Sodbusters. They'll have McClure in left, Jackson in center, Cahoy in right, Riley at third, Solis at short, Dawson at second base, Shimashita at first, Hulteen on the mound, and McGuigan behind the plate. Leading things off will be Tyler Skelton, the designated hitter. Hulteen, this season, 7 appearances, 7 starts, has an 0-1 record with a 3.58 ERA, has walked 5 batters, striking out 27. So we're about ready to get underway. First pitch swinging to the shortstop. Solis fires onto first base in time. Quick 1 pitch, 1 away. A 6-3 ground out. And 1 quickly away here in the bottom of the first inning. Ty Stoss becomes the new batter. Hulteen gets ready to pitch to Stoss, the second baseman, as the pitch will go outside for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Hulteen ready, kicks and fires. That pitch will also go upstairs for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So a 2-0 count. Hulteen winds up and deals on a pitch that's fouled straight back into the screen. The count will go even, or excuse me, to 2 balls and 1 strike. So after the 1 out, ground out. So now a 2-1. Hulteen kicks and fires on a fly ball. Pop fly. Heading over to third base, Riley will reach up to make the catch. So a pop out to third will go for out number 2, and 2 up, 2 down here in the first inning. Garrett Hill will become the new batter for the Pierre Trappers. Garrett Hill, the shortstop, had a good day for the Pierre Trappers yesterday. The first pitch to Hulteen from Hulteen is a called strike. A 0-1 on the way. Foul ball heading back to the Sodbusters dugout. Nobody seemed to notice until it was pretty much on top of them, but luckily it hit the screen and didn't roll into the Sodbusters dugout, as Hill will fall behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Trappers getting some of their bigger bats back in the lineup, including Joey Bramante and Eric Mast. The 0-2 will miss just high for ball number 1. Will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Sodbusters with an early 1-0 lead off a big error committed by the Trappers in the top half of the inning. So the 1-2, chopper over to third. Riley picks it up, fires onto first base in time. 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. A 6-3 ground out to Tyler Skelton. A pop out to third for Ty Stoss, and a ground out to third by Garrett Hill will end things in the bottom of the first inning. Through 1 complete, it's Hastings 1 and the Trappers nothing. We'll be back for the top of the second as Shimashita, Kahoy, and Dawson are due up for the Sodbusters.
Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Top of the second inning about to get underway. Sodbusters holding a 1-0 lead as the first baseman James Shimashita steps into the batter's box. First pitch will be taken low for ball number 1 from Fisher Rausch. Only one Sodbuster got on in the last inning. It was the leadoff batter Omar Jackson off a base hit, advanced all the way to third off an error as a foul ball will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. He was then brought in 2 batters later off a sacrifice fly by Ian Riley. It's Shimashita, Cahoy, and Dawson due up this inning as the 1-1 will be grounded over. As Rausch picks it up, will flip on to first himself in the 1-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. So Shimashita with the 1-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. First pitch will miss low, 1 ball and no strikes to the batter in Carson Cahoy, the right fielder. Cahoy will take a pitch inside. The native of Loxahatchee, Florida will take a 2-0 count. But decided to go cross-country to play collegiate baseball for the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. Cahoy has a 3-1 count against Rausch. The pitch right down the center of the plate for a called strike will put the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Cahoy, a multi-sport athlete, got offers in football and track and field for the Division I level, but enjoys baseball the most and decided to pursue it into college as the pitch will be taken low for a walk. So Cahoy will draw the 1-out walk. It's the second base runner of the ballgame for the Sodbusters after Omar Jackson. Cole Dawson announced as tonight's beer batter from Hyde Stadium. Rausch, the right-handed arm, checking over at first base. The pitch on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. Sodbusters and Trappers somewhat even on stolen base attempts. Sodbusters have stolen 52 bases. The Trappers have stolen 54. Only difference is the Trappers have attempted a lot more. They've tried 86 times compared to the 68 by the Sodbusters. 1-0 check swing. No go for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Cole Dawson immediately after the 5-pitch walk to Carson Cahoy. Trappers today wearing gray pants, navy blue belts as a pitch will kick in the dirt. Good block by Reinhardt to keep it in front. Signs being given by Coach Luke Bay, the acting head coach of the Hastings Sodbusters, after Chandler Wagoner ejected from the ballgame yesterday. And a 4-pitch walk will put 2 runners on in back-to-back succession. Second walk of the ballgame for Fisher Rausch as it will push Carson Cahoy to second base. Luke Solis, the shortstop, 1 for 4 today, or 1 for 4 yesterday, with a double RBI walk and a strikeout, a complete day from Duncan Field. Foul ball will head back into the crowd towards an area of picnic tables as it will go for strike 1. Again, Sodbusters making their second trip this season to Pierre, South Dakota. The other was back on the Trappers opening day. It was the third game of the season for the Sodbusters as they had a opening series with the Moo as a spear by the third baseman Cordes. He threw onto second base trying to double up Carson Cahoy. However, the throw was not in time. It would have been safe anyway. It will go down as a line out to third base. Second out of the inning as it will bring up Cameron McClure. So now McClure becomes the new batter. First pitch to him will catch the strike zone for a called strike number 1. So now an 0-1 count. Roush trying to get out of some danger with 2 Sodbusters aboard. The 0-1, that one bounces in the dirt and will get away from Reinhardt. Both batters take off for second and third respectively. So the count will go even to 1 ball and 1 strike to Cameron McClure with 2 runners advancing. Cole Dawson will get over to second base and Cahoy will take third, a run 90 feet away for the Sodbusters. 1-1, another pitch low in the dirt from Roush. So now a 2-1 for McClure. A windup and pitch. That one's well high and inside. A hitter's count to McClure. And now Roush in danger of walking the bases loaded. If he does, it would bring up Omar Jackson, the only Sodbuster today with a base hit. 3-1, line shot into right field. That will drop into the gap. Into score comes Cahoy and Cole Dawson. Rounding second base on the throw in, but will stop there and retreat. A 2-out, 2 RBI double as the Sodbusters say we're here to play 3-0 Hastings. So we'll bring up Omar Jackson. First pitch will be called a strike. So after the double, the count will run to 1-1. To Omar Jackson with the runner at second base. That's a line shot into right field. That drops for a base hit in front of Richie Williams. Rounding third and coming home to score is Cameron McClure, and the Sodbusters keep piling on. So the Sodbusters piling on here in the second inning. A bit of deja vu for the Trappers from their second game with the Sodbusters, in which a slow first inning turned into a huge offensive first inning for the Busters. A pitch from Roush will catch the strike zone for called strike number 1. So McClure with the double that drove in both Cahoy and Dawson. Then an RBI single for Omar Jackson that drove in Cameron McClure. Throw down to second base on a stolen base attempt. That one gets away, and some sloppy baseball so far for the Pierre Trappers As sliding in with a stolen base is Omar Jackson, stolen base number 53 on the year for the Sodbusters. We have not seen the Trappers defense play this badly in a long, long time. As a deep fly ball into center field, Mast underneath it will reach up and make the catch for out number 3. The Sodbusters get 3 more runs off a 2 RBI double by Cameron McClure and an RBI single by Omar Jackson. Sodbusters saying we're here to play and we're here to collect these 4 wins from the Pierre Trappers. 4-0 Sodbusters. Trappers will look to respond with Mast, Bramante, and Reinhardt when we come back.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Eric Mast will lead things off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. After a 3-run inning in the top of the 2nd, as a ground ball straight over to first base, picked up by Shimashita as he steps on first base for the out, a 3 unassisted. So Mast will ground out to lead things off here in the 2nd inning, as it will bring up Joey Bramante. Bramante this season batting .194 in his last appearance against the Western Nebraska Pioneers, went 1 for 3 with a home run. Pitch will run high and tight for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes now to Bramante. As a swing and a ground ball chopped foul up the third baseline will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll even the count to Bramante with Brock Reinhardt standing on deck. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball called a strike. A good breaking ball by Hulting, as it will put the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hastings 4, Pierre nothing so far, bottom 2. Trappers still looking for their first base runner, as a fly ball to deep right field. Chasing back goes Gahoy, and he'll have to watch this one go. A leadoff home run this inning for Joey Bramante. A home run in his last game and a home run here, his 5th of the season. And that's how you get on the scoreboard. First base runner, first base hit, and first run for the Trappers comes off the solo fly for Joey Bramante. As he comes back into the dugout and takes a seat on the throne. Four to 1 the new score after the home run, and now Brock Reinhardt will have the tough task of following up the home run. First pitch to him will run inside and clip Reinhardt in the shoulder. Hulteen maybe a little bit rattled after allowing the home run. So Reinhardt will take first base as it brings up the left fielder Cole Yancey. Yancey in yesterday's ball game went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. He bats .239, a full game yesterday against the Pios. Trappers scored 6 runs in yesterday's contest in a final 14-6 here from Hyde Stadium. First pitch to Yancey will miss for ball 1. So runner at first, the 1-0, chopper over to short, Solis on to Dawson for 1, on to Shimashita for 2, a 6-4-3 double play. So that will be outs number 2 and 3 of the inning, but 2 runs come across, or 1 run comes across, I should say, for the Pierre Trappers as Joey Bramonti goes deep as the second batter. It's his 5th of the season. We're through 2 complete innings. It's the Sodbusters 4 and the Trappers 1. We'll be back for the 3rd when we come back.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
Top of the 3rd inning, Fisher Rausch will look to pitch his first scoreless inning of the ballgame after a 1-run first and a 3-run second inning. It's been all Sodbusters so far, apart from a Joey Bramonti home run. The last frame for the Sodbusters, 3 runs, all of them earned off 2 base hits, no errors committed. They left 1 runner on base. Last inning for the Trappers, 1 run it was earned, 1 base hit, no errors, no runners left on base. So 4-1, Sodbusters lead as we enter the 3rd, as it will be Ian Riley, the current batter. First pitch swinging right over to the first baseman Bramonti as he steps on the bag for the 3 unassisted ground out. So 1 away in the inning here in the 3rd for the Sodbusters. Now, while you might think that's good news for the Trappers to get the leadoff man out, it was also the case last inning. But then after 2 walks, a double and a single, the Sodbusters put up a 3 spot in the 2nd inning. They'll look to do the same here in the 3rd. First pitch will miss high for ball 1. So Cafferty, the current batter for the Sodbusters, as the pitch will go outside, evening the count to 2-0 as James Shimashita gets almost directly into our shot. Rude. 2-0, fouled back into the windows. So a 2-0 count to JT Cafferty. Cafferty, the native of Hastings, Nebraska, staying in his hometown to play summer ball. The 2-0, that one will catch the strike zone and put the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1. As we're going to have to go with this shot. As the on-deck batter in our shot, 2 balls and 1 strike, the pitch from Roush, or 2-2. 2-2, a peel down, no swing, and it will run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now the full count, payoff pitch coming from Roush, a swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 1 for Roush on the day, and it will be out number 2 of the inning. First strikeout actually by either side today. So 2 outs will bring up James Shimashita as we're able to switch back to that camera angle. No balls, no strikes. First pitch from Roush will catch the strike zone low at the knees for strike number 1. And 0-1. Roush kicks and fires on a pitch outside part of the plate for strike number 2 right around belt high. Shimashita, the San Jose State Spartan out of San Diego, California, deciding to come to Nebraska this summer to play baseball. And 0-2. 2 away in the inning, nobody on here in the top of the third. Trappers looking to keep that deficit at 3 runs as a pitch will go high, putting the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shimashita 0 for 1 today after grounding back to Roush to lead off the second inning. A fly ball hit the left field, chasing after it Yancey, who will reach up and make the catch. So Yancey will end the inning on a fly out to left field. 1-2-3 go the Sodbusters here in the third, as it will bring up Richie Williams, Braden Cordes, and Tyler Skelton in the bottom of the third. We'll be back on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Richie Williams will lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Trappers trying to chip away at a 3-run deficit. They did so a little bit with the Joey Bramonte solo home run to right. And a ground ball over to the shortstop. Solis will pick it up, fire onto first base in time. Scooping it out of the dirt was Shimashita. A 6-3 ground out on first pitch swinging for Richie Williams. It'll bring up Braden Cordes, the third baseman. Cordis batting .219 on the season, got a day off yesterday in Game 1 against the Western Nebraska Pioneers, went 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him will kick up some dirt for ball number 1. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Pierre Trappers. 4 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Sodbusters so far. The 1-0 on the way. A ground ball right back to Solis. Solis fires onto first base. That's in time for the second out of the inning. Another 6-3 ground out. So back-to-back ground outs to the shortstop. We'll put 2 away in the inning here for the Pierre Trappers, as it will bring up the top of the order in Tyler Skelton. Skelton grounded out to, you guessed it, shortstop back in the first inning. Solis has had a busy day, getting now 4 assists on 3 one-out groundouts to first base and a double play. Skelton shows bunt as the first pitch goes low. He pulls back for ball 1. Stoss stands on deck should Skelton extend the inning. The lone base runner was a home run and then a hit by pitch. So 2 base runners as a called strike will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Updates from around the rest of the Expedition League. Somehow, some way, the Sunfish keep finding success against the Fremont Moo, as a foul ball will put the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. From Moeller Field in Fremont, Nebraska, it's the Sunfish 9 and the Moo 1. Again, top of the 6th from Fremont. Top of the first between the Big Sticks and the Pios, scoreless. Bottom first between the Spuds and Sasquatch, that game also scoreless. And 1 more scoreless ball game, bottom of the first between the Tommyknockers and the Horseheads. 1-2 on the way. Fly ball heading to the right side and out of play. Will keep the count at 1-2. Skelton getting a couple of days off. Last appeared against the Sunfish on the 4th of July. Went 3 for 4 with a double and a home run. Just a triple shy of the cycle. The 1-2 will kick in the dirt, bouncing off home plate. The count will go even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Final update from around the Expedition League. The Souris Valley Saberdogs lead the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 2-0, bottom of the 3rd from Kraft Field in Grand Forks, North Dakota. The 2-2 as Hulteen takes on Skelton. And a fly ball heading to center field. Jackson underneath it will reach up to make the catch. Bit of a snow cone catch in center field, but 1-2-3 go the Trappers once more here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pair of groundouts to short and a fly out to center. And the Trappers inning here in the 3rd. We're through a 1/3 of this ball game. It's the Sodbusters 4 and the Trappers 1. We'll be back for the top of the 4th with Cahoy, Dawson, and Solis due up for the Busters.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the North Edge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food, and now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
back for the top of the 4th inning as Gahoy leads things off. For the Sodbusters, they look to extend their lead from where it currently sits at 3 runs. First pitch goes down the center of the plate for strike number 1 to Carson Gahoy, who walked and came around to score back in the 2nd inning. We're through a third of this ball game already. Ground ball heading over to second base. It will get past Stoss. And a leadoff base hit in this inning. Fisher Rausch not having the start that he wanted, letting up a 3-run 2nd inning, a 1-run first, and now potentially a big inning for the Sodbusters. They let it off the right way with a base hit. It will bring up Cole Dawson, who also walked and came around to score in his last at-bat. Again, announced as tonight's beer batter from Hyde Stadium. If he strikes out against Fisher Rausch, spectators here at Hyde Stadium get beer $1 off. 0-0 outside will put the count to 1 ball and no strikes. Now a 1-0 runner at first base in Gahoy. The pitch will go low and the count will go to 2 balls and no strikes. Rausch has been hit or miss this season for the Trappers. It really depends on the day. And right now, still riding that fine line between an average start and a subpar start. He would need to pretty much go scoreless the rest of his appearance to keep it at an average start, allowing 4 runs. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out in the inning with a runner at first. The 3-0, that one down the center of the plate, will put the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Cole Dawson, the current batter for the Sodbusters, the native of Russellville, Arkansas, attending the Kansas City, Kansas Community College, playing for the Blue Devils. As a fly ball into center field, that will drop for a base hit. So it was a pitch away from a walk, but instead it will be back-to-back base hits as Gahoy and Dawson both single. Solis lined out to the third baseman in Braden Cordes in his last at-bat. He will now bat with 2 Sodbuster runners aboard and nobody away. Again, potential for a big inning for the Busters. Showing bunt, lays down the bunt. It will go past Fisher Rausch. Can't field it. It will be an infield single for Solis. So back-to-back-to-back base hits for the Sodbusters. They have the bases loaded with nobody out for Cameron McClure, who doubled to the wall in his last at-bat. This could be huge for the Sodbusters. Already 6 base hits in 4 innings for the Sodbusters. Yesterday's game, the Trappers let up their most base hits so far this season, giving up 17 base hits to the Western Nebraska Pioneers. First pitch misses, ball 1. To the new batter, Cameron McClure. McClure, the St. Edwards Hilltopper out of the Woodlands. Fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Williams towards the wall. Will reach up, grabbing it at the wall, making the catch a few feet shy of a grand slam. But it will be a sacrifice fly to right field as the 5th run of the ball game will come in for the Busters. So a sacrifice fly to right. Staying at first base is Solis. Getting over to third base will be Cole Dawson, and Carson Gahoy comes in to score. So that will put 1 away in the inning as it brings up Omar Jackson, 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. Came around to score in the first inning, was stranded at second in the second. Now 5-1 Sodbusters in the lead, runners at the corners. First pitch will miss high for ball 1. Jackson attending Arkansas Tech. There's a lot of interesting team names as a check swing, appeal down. It will be called a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike on a pitch low in the dirt. But of all the interesting names across college sports, Arkansas Tech maybe has one of the most unique. They're called the Wonder Boys. As a pitch fouled off down the third baseline, will either hit the berm, and it will go into the berm above the Hastings dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Omar Jackson, a Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy out of Mansfield, Texas. 1-2, runners still at the corners. Roush kicks and fires on a ground ball. Down the first baseline will hook as a foul ball, keeping the count where it is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As a group of kids go onto that berm above the Hastings dugout to search for the foul ball that landed. It was scooped up a lot earlier as a pass ball, wild pitch, will score Dawson and get Solis up to second base. So the wild pitch will bring in yet another run for the Sodbusters. And while the Trappers were looking to get a series opening win to set the tone against the Sodbusters, it's not looking that way right now as they're getting rocked 6-1 here in the top of the 4th. Solis now at second base, a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. The throw down will be in time for the second strikeout of the ballgame for Fisher Roush. So a strikeout swing and a throw from the catcher Reinhardt over to the first baseman Bramante. Another 2 runs have come across this inning for the Sodbusters as it will bring up Justin McGuigan. 0 for 2 today after grounding out to the pitcher and flying out to center field. Top of the 4th inning, 2 away as the first pitch will kick up some chalk low for ball number 1. Very good start for the Sodbusters so far, as they will look to even their win total with the Pierre Trappers and get their 10th of the year. The 1-0 will go low and put the count to 2-0. Fisher Roush struggling through this appearance, taking a look at his last appearance against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Pitched 5 innings, only allowed 4 base hits and 2 runs. Now not even through 4 innings, has allowed 6 runs and 6 hits, 5 of them earned. As a 2-0 pop fly over to right field towards the prairie and will land on a grassed area down the right field line for strike number 1. Of the 3 scoreless games, one of them no longer scoreless. The Spuds now lead the Sasquatch 1-0, top 2 from Spearfish, South Dakota. The 2-1 on the way. That one will go high as the count will run to a hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike to Justin McGuigan. Sodbusters 6, Trappers 1, top of the 4th. As the ball will go low, it's the 3rd walk of the ball game, surrendered by Fisher Roush, and it will put runners at first and second for Ian Riley. Time will be called as Monterio May will come out to talk to his pitcher in Fisher Roush, struggling through this performance. There is action in the Pierre Trappers bullpen for potential relief of Roush early in this ballgame if he cannot get through this inning. So McGuigan walked, and it will put runners at first and second as May retreats back into the dugout. Looks to be Nick McCullum in the bullpen for the Pierre Trappers, a recent addition to the All-Star roster. As Ryan Cross, who was initially named to the Clark Division All-Star team, went back home to his hometown of Spokane, Washington, as a pitch will miss low for ball 1. Therefore, the Trappers earned 3 spots on the roster and found a replacement for another pitcher in Nick McCullum. 1 ball, no strikes, top of the 4th. The pitch now to Riley, a big swing and a miss, or excuse me, a foul tip, as it will go even to 1-1. A much bigger attendance today from yesterday's game. Only 301 spectators showed up yesterday, 560 today. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Ian Riley. Roush trying to get out of the inning with 2 Sodbusters aboard. The 1-1 high and outside will put the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Sodbusters making the trip up from Hastings this morning after dropping a contest to the Fremont Moo yesterday. The Sodbusters on a bit of a slide. They've lost 5 in a row. Sodbusters losing to the Moo 9-7 from their home ballpark yesterday. 2-1, line shot right field. That one's deep. Williams will have to look up and watch this one go. A 3-run home run for Ian Riley. Kiss that one goodbye. It's home run number 2 for Ian Riley on the season, and the Sodbusters have broken this game open 9-1. A 5-run inning as Roush has to be kicking himself on the mound. Hastings 9, Pierre 1 after the home run, as it will bring up JT Cafferty on the home run by Ian Riley. And for some reason, the Hastings Sodbusters just love playing at Hyde Stadium. This season, they've only had 2 wins on the road. One of them was here at Hyde Stadium. They'll look for win number 3, and for 2 of those to be at Hyde. Time will be called by the field umpire, Tristan Jones, as a ball gets away from the Trappers' bullpen. These 2 teams face off tomorrow. They'll have to get really used to each other, as not only is there a doubleheader tomorrow, as another pitch will miss for ball 2, but then they play again on Sunday in the series finale. A 2-0 pitch will go low and put the count to 3 balls and no strikes. So now a 3-0. 5 runs for the Sodbusters this inning, as a pitch will miss outside. And another walk. Walk number 3 from Fisher Roush. And with 2 away in the inning, we'll have to wait to see if the coaching staff for the Pierre Trappers lets Roush finish up the inning, or if they say it's just not worth it and pull him before that point. Only 1 base hit for the Trappers so far. It was a solo home run by Joey Bramonti. First pitch swinging foul ball for strike 1. So with the walk, it will bring up James Shimashita. Today, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. The 0-1 will be fouled back, heading on to Capitol Avenue down the right field line, and a no ball, 2-strike count. Trappers only winning on 1 category on the scoreboard, and that's errors committed. 1-0. Trappers have committed 1 error. 0-2, middle infield playing on the outfield grass. The 0-2 will miss for ball 1. One, 2, top of the 4th. When we come back for the bottom of the 4th inning, it will be Stoss, Hill, and Mast for the Trappers. A swing, and that's a line shot to right field. Williams tracing back towards the wall. Will reach up, jumping. And did he make the catch? He did. A fly out to right field. James Shimashita was a few feet away from a home run of his own, but the Sodbusters will have to leave it there. 5 runs, all of them earned on Fisher-Rausch. A total of 4 base hits this inning, no errors committed. The Sodbusters left 1 on base, a 5-run inning, as they've broken this game wide open, 9-1. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th. Stoss, Hill, and Mast due up for Pierre.
Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine.
A few sponsors we'd like to thank before we begin things here in the bottom of the 4th. Hulteen's still on the mound, as we would like to thank L&M Barbershop, May Adam, Papa Murphy's Pizza, the South Dakota Lottery, Total Beauty Speedway Laundry, and Pierre Family Dental. Thanks for your continued support of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Ty Stoss will lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He's 0 for 1 today after popping out to the third baseman Riley in his last at-bat. So Ty Stoss, the second baseman, batting .286 on the year. Hulteen has been dealing so far with the exception to the Bramante home run. First pitch down the pipeline for strike 1. Stoss, a native of Wildwood, Missouri, playing for the Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. The 0-1 fly ball to deep left field. Hooking foul, but McClure giving chase, and it will drop maybe 2 to 3 feet foul for strike 2. It's been a great day to be a Sodbuster so far. 9 runs in the first 4 innings. A reminder that although there is a doubleheader tomorrow, that will be 2 7-inning games instead of 2 9-inning games. So expect the games to go a little bit faster. It's the 0-2 by Hulteen. Will miss low for ball number 1. Not too much of a shift, but more of something to note. The second baseman, Dawson, playing pretty much with 1 foot on the outfield grass, as the 1-2 misses low, evening the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, the shortstop, Solis, playing closer to the outfield grass, but more of the traditional shortstop position, maybe a little bit closer to the bag. So now a 2-2. Hulteen to Stoss. The 2-2 windup and pitch will run inside. Oh, that hits right on the shin of Stoss. And that cannot feel good, as he'll take the free pass over to first base, handing his bat to the Trappers' bat boy. But one thing that the Trappers will certainly take is a runner on board. They need something to cut into the 8-run deficit. And it's worth noting some major league comparisons as Garrett Hill steps into the batter's box. A big lead yesterday in the major leagues. It became widely known due to a relief pitcher hitting a home run, but a big lead for the Washington Nationals yesterday. Top of the 4th inning, they led by 8 runs. Well, they lost by 1 run, 9-8. The final scores, the Padres came out on top. It was a huge win for the San Diego Padres, as relief pitcher for the San Diego Padres as a ground ball will get through. That one's a fair ball up the left field line. Fielding it is McClure. It will be a no-out double as Garrett Hill pulls into second base. So the Trappers may be in business here. Only the second base hit of the ball game. 2 runners will be on for Eric Mast. So Mast the batter. But as I was saying, Daniel Camarena wears number 72 for the Padres. And I believe the stat that I heard this morning was he was just the 5th player all time to hit a grand slam off of Max Scherzer. And of all things, he's a relief pitcher for the San Diego Padres. Carried a total of, now I'm hearing, 26 total in his career minor league at-bats. Gets his first at-bat in the majors and knocks a grand slam off of Max Scherzer. I mean, talk about, there's no comparison to that. That's just pure insanity as the pitch will go low for ball 1. As the Trappers look to mount a San Diego Padres-sized comeback in today's ballgame. They find themselves down 8, similar to how the Padres were yesterday. Runners at second and third for Eric Mast as he carries a 1-1 count. Holtein, a high kick and fire, and a pitch high and outside will even the count, or put the count into Mast's favor, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mast, the native of Spokane, Washington, at a Big Bend Community College. First season in summer baseball. And while some may ask, as the 2-1 will be a ground ball through the first base side. In to score is Stoss. Hill gets the green light. It will be a 2 RBI single as the throw is cut off by Holtein. So 2 more runs come across for the Trappers, and the road to the comeback starts here. A 2 RBI single for Eric Mast. 3 runners get on in back-to-back-to-back succession and back-to-back base hits for the Trappers. So the cleanup batter drives in 2 runs as Hill and Stoss both score. Bramante today 1 for 1, including a solo home run to opposite field his last time up. He was a few feet away from hitting one just a couple days ago to opposite field, but it hooked foul as there's a line shot to right field. That one's deep. That one is out of here. A 2 home run ball game. Oppo Taco yet again for Joey Bramante. 9-5, the Trappers chipping away. And something has gotten into Joey Bramante playing possessed, number 6 of the season. 9-5, the new score as the 2-run bomb for Bramante. With a solo home run and now a 2-run home run, he's in line, if he can do it, to have the home run cycle of a solo 2-run, 3-run, and grand slam home runs. Of course, a lot depending on that, including the bases being the right configuration when Bramante gets another couple at-bats, and of course he would still need to clobber 2 out of the ballpark. Now time will be called as Coach Bay, the assistant coach for the Sodbusters, taking over duties as the head coach today is Chandler Wagoner, suspended after being ejected in yesterday's game. As well as another Sodbuster first baseman. So now Brock Reinhardt has the difficult task of following that up. Last time got hit by a pitch, the pitch after by Holtein. We'll see if history repeats itself off a Bramante home run, then Reinhardt getting plunked by a pitch from Holtein. Still nobody out in the inning, as the first pitch will fall in the low part and outside part of the plate for strike number 1. And now pretty much a brand new inning as still nobody out, bases are empty. Reinhardt can act as if he's the leadoff batter of the inning as the 0-1. That's a fly ball deep right field. That one's deep. Back-to-back jacks for the Pierre Trappers. It's 9-6, and this crowd is going crazy for the Pierre Trappers. First time this season that the Trappers have gone back-to-back. And I talked about how Reinhardt can follow that up. That's the way to follow it up. Trappers have matched the Sodbusters total this inning with 5 runs each, and it's back to a 3-run deficit. Still work to do, but the Trappers have cut into the deficit by a wide margin. So now, Cole Yancey looks to go back-to-back-to-back. And the first pitch will go low for ball 1 to Hulteen. This place has been pumped full of energy. As the 1-0 will go in the low part of the zone, evens the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. So now 3 home runs this game, for the Pierre Trappers. As a fly ball to the shortstop, a ground ball, as it flips over from Solis to Shimashita. And finally, a sigh of relief for the Sodbusters, the first out of the inning. Hulteen was looking good heading into this inning, now has allowed 5 runs, including 2 home runs, as it brings up Richie Williams. All 3 home runs have been to right field today. First pitch to Williams will go high and tight for ball 1. Another pitch, well, that one will be a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike, so Bramante and Reinhardt go back-to-back. Both to deep right field. The 1-1, that one's hit towards right field. That one's hooking foul for strike 2. Eric Mast, who singled earlier the inning. It was a 2 RBI single. Everybody thought that was the big move, as called strike number 3. First strikeout of the ballgame for Hulteen will be looking to Richie Williams. Correction, strikeout swinging. My bad. So 2 away, as it will bring up Braden Cordes. Cordes' first pitch to him called a strike. 2 away in the inning. And back-to-back outs recorded by Hulteen to the bottom of the Trappers' batting order. Cordes taking the at-bat, as a foul ball heading back towards the backstop will go to 0-2. Well, something new here on the Trappers broadcast. Very creative title. Promise you've never heard of it before. As a ball will miss high for 1-2. It's going to be called Tyler's Food Reviews. And in between innings, there's a specialty item here at Hyde Stadium called the Trapper Dog. As a ground ball over to third, Riley on to first base in time for the out. So the 5-3 ground out will end it there. I'll take a bite between innings. I'll explain more and give you my official review when we come back for the 5th inning. A 5-spot, including back-to-back home runs by Bramante and Reinhardt. It's 9-6 as the Trappers continue to cut away. We're only heading to the 5th inning. 15 combined runs when we come back. It will be Cahoy, Dawson, and Solis due up for the Sodbusters.
Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shells at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. All right, back for the top of the 5th inning. As the Hastings Sodbusters look to respond after the Trappers answer with a 5-run bottom of the 4th to match the Sodbusters' 5-run 4th. It will be Gahoy, Dawson, and Solis who led off the last inning as the Sodbusters were just an batter away from batting around in the inning as Gahoy leads things off. The first pitch to Gahoy is ripped into left field. Nick McCullum, the new pitcher, as that drops for a base hit on the first batter that McCullum faces. So a leadoff base hit for Carson Gahoy. He's 2 for 2 as it brings up the beer batter Cole Dawson, who's 1 for 1 today with a walk. First pitch called a strike for strike number 1. But before we went away, I was talking about a new segment I'm calling Tyler's Food Reviews. Very creative, thought of the name myself. As the 0-1 from Nick McCullum, the new pitcher, as I was going to review Hyde Stadium's Trapper Dog. And it's a very unique item that features a hot dog. It's in the name, Trapper Dog. So a hot dog with pulled pork and melted nacho cheese on it. If you are on a diet, I do not recommend it. As a ground ball over to the second baseman, Stoss flips onto short. The dive by Bramante is in time. Oh my goodness, lays it out, puts his body on the line. A 4-6-3 double play hit into by Cole Dawson. So Bramante gets his jersey a little dirty on the 4-6-3. 2 away quickly here in the top of the 5th as it will bring up Luke Solis. A foul ball back into the screen will be for strike number 1. Now, between innings, I only maybe have around 90 seconds, and I don't know how many of you know this, but I also have to run commercials for not only the YouTube stream and the Mixler stream, which is different channels, as that will run inside and hit Luke Solis. So a hit by pitch will put another runner on with 2 away. Again, new pitcher is Nick McCullum. As it will bring up Cameron McClure, who's 1 for 1 with a double and a sacrifice fly. But it's not like I can hit one button and have commercials run on both. So I have to go in and click a button on both our streaming software and our Mixler software as a pitch will run inside, catching the zone for strike number 1. So I'm running all the commercials in between frames. I don't really have a lot of time to take a bite in between innings, but I did end up taking a bite of the Trapper Dog between innings. And the first bite, and I will take more in between innings and give them a more comprehensive review, as the 0-1 is ripped to right field. Williams chasing after it. It will drop and one hop the wall, rounding third base and heading home. before getting the stop sign. The throw down, now a rundown between third and home. Reinhardt throws it back. It will get over the head, and now 2 runs will come in to score for the Sodbusters. A very heads-up play for McClure to keep running all the way around the bases in case that happened. It will be a double for McClure that advances Solis to third base. 2 more runs come across for the Sodbusters as it makes it 11-6. A sloppy play and an error committed by the Trappers yet again. So the new pitcher in Omar Jackson called a strike for strike number 1. So 11-6, Sodbusters now leading with a double for McClure, as both of them will come into score as the count will run to 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCollum sets and deals on a line drive hit to left field. Yancey was shifted, will run over, and that one rolls to the wall. This will be at least 2 bases. Rounding second base and stopping at second base is Omar Jackson. He's 3 for 4 today with a double here in the 5th inning. And the Sodbusters just keep hitting. A double here in the top of the 5th, as it now brings up Justin McGuigan. And on the previous double by Cameron McClure, both came in on an error by the catcher in Brock Reinhardt, as a called strike will put the count to 0-1 to the new batter McGuigan, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out, fly out, and a walk. A ground ball over to third base, picked up by Cordes, fired onto first base. That's in time for the out. So a double play looked promising for the Pierre Trappers, but then a costly error committed by Brock Reinhardt drives in another 2 for the Sodbusters, a 2-base error. It's 11-6 as the Sodbusters strike back for another 2 runs. Trappers will look to come back with the top of the order, and Skelton, Stoss, and Hill due up when we come back for the bottom half of the 5th.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, about to get underway, as Tyler Skelton, Ty Stoss, and Garrett Hill lead things off. So bottom of the 5th, Tyler Skelton leads things off. The Trappers not only trying to get back on the deficit that the Sodbusters had built up against them earlier in the ballgame, they had a 5-run inning in the bottom of the 4th. The the Sodbusters struck back for another 2. So now they need to account for those other 2 runs. And that 5-run inning in the 4th for the Trappers seems puny in comparison, as they need another 5 to tie the ball game and need to double their current score to take the lead without the Sodbusters scoring anything else. As a pitch will run inside to Skelton for ball 1, as Hulteen's still on the mound. So the 1-0 to Tyler Skelton is fouled back, heading towards the backstop for strike number 1. So for those of you curious, I did take another bite between innings. It's a very interesting combination of flavors, because you're used to the chili cheese dog dynamic. You're used to having hot dogs with hot cheese on it. That's somewhat normal, as here comes the 1-1. It will miss low. 2 balls and 1 strike. But you add that pulled pork onto there, get that barbecue sauce tang, and all of a sudden it changes the dynamic. It's no longer that chili cheese. It's more of a tangy cheese hot dog combination. And it's good. It's just you need to take a few bites, as an error will be committed on the base hit. On the hit over to left field, that will be an error. I believe it will go on the third baseman in Riley. So the E5 will make Tyler Skelton reach to first base. So Ty Stoss becomes the new batter after the E5. Oh for 1 today after popping out to third, was also hit by a pitch to lead things off in that big 4th inning. Shows bunt. It's a pop-up bunt straight back in the fire down to first base. He's in time for the out, so it was a ground out 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt. So a sack 1-3 that advances Skelton over to second base. It'll bring up Garrett Hill 1 for 2 today with a double. Also grounded out to third back in the 1st inning. Runner at second base in scoring position for the Trappers, but if they want to match what Hastings did in the top half of this inning, they're not only going to need Skelton to score from second base, but also another batter, which right now I guess would be in the form of Garrett Hill. That's a big swing and miss for strike number 1 to Garrett Hill, the North Dakota State Bison. It's the 0-1 to Garrett Hill with a runner at second base and Tyler Skelton. Dawson playing with Skelton over at second base. 0-1 will go high, evening the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Update from around the Expedition League. Bottom of the 8th, the Sunfish and the Moo locked in a battle of the top of the Clark division, and the Sunfish currently winning that battle. Bottom of the 8th, Sunfish 10, Moo 3. Here comes the 1-1 outside. We'll put the count into Hill's favor, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the 3rd from Oregon Trail Park Stadium, the Big Sticks and Pioneers tied at 0. Bottom of the 4th from Casper, Mining City and the Horseheads tied at 0. And top of the 6th from Craft Field, the Saberdogs lead the Whiskey Jacks 3-0. 2-1 check swing. That one will get away, as advancing over to third base. I believe they say that Hill did go around, which will even the count to 2-2. But the wild pitch will advance Tyler Skelton over to third. So 2 balls, 2 strikes as McGuigan talks on the mound with Hulteen. But a final review on that Trapper Dog. A very good snack for the ballpark, but make sure you grab a lot of napkins. It's a very messy snack to eat during the ball game. To be fair, they did provide me a fork with it. Probably should have used that. As here comes the 2-2 from Hulting. As a fly ball hit to right field, that one's hooking foul. And will indeed drop in foul territory down the right field line. Two balls, two strikes. Hulting that one runs inside and will hit Garrett Hill, so runners will be at the corners now with one away. It'll be the third hit batter by Hulting today. So Eric Mast will become the new batter. One more update from around the Expedition League. Right now in Spearfish, delayed due to rain. It's the Spuds 2 and the Sasquatch nothing. So Eric Mast 1 for 2 today with a ground out to first and a single, later coming around to score. Came in on the Joey Bramante home run as a pitch outside for ball number 1. Joey Bramante is on deck and barring a double play will get a chance to bat. Now here comes the 1-0. That one's going to be fouled back, heading onto Capitol Avenue. Will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 2 runs last inning will go unearned to Nick McCullum's line, as thinking about sealing home was Skelton, the 1-1 taken high and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Skelton broke for home, maybe to scare Hulting into an awry pickoff attempt, as Riley not covering third too closely. So now a 2-1 from Hulting to Mast. Another one fouled back onto Capitol, where it just misses in between 2 passing cars. That's luck of the draw. There were 2 cars driving back to back, and it landed between the end of the first car and the start of the second car on the street. But you have to imagine, for that second car, gave a mini heart attack when he saw the foul ball land right in front of his truck. Now a 2-2 to Mast. A big swing and a miss, and the runner going. No throw, as McGuigan had the frame of mind to know that Skelton probably would have broke for home. So a strikeout swinging and a stolen base. So an easy stolen base for Garrett Hill. As it brings up Joey Bramante, 2 for 2 today with 2 home runs. He's had a solo shot, a 2-run shot. Now with 2 runners on, has a chance for a 3-run shot. Hulting deals, and a big swing and a miss by Bramante for strike 1. Bramante, the native of North Andover, Massachusetts, playing for the Maine Black Bears. Finished his senior season for Maine. And now an 0-1. The deal and a ground ball. That's a fair ball down the left field line, but it was speared by Riley. I thought it got past Riley. Riley picked up the ball, fired onto first base in time for the out. A 5-3 ground out for Joey Bramante. So the Trappers will have to leave it there, as Bramante grounds out and the Trappers leave 2 runners in scoring position. We're through 5 complete innings. Top of the 6th coming up with the Sodbusters coming to bat with Riley, Cafferty, and Shimashita coming up to bat for the Busters.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
Back for the top of the 6th inning as Ian Riley leads things off for the Sodbusters, a 5-run lead for the Busters. Pitch will miss low from Nick McCullum as he returns for his 2nd inning of work. Sodbusters have broken out for a 5-run 4th inning, a 2-run 5th, as the pitch will catch off the glove of Reinhardt and roll back to the backstop. 2 balls and no strikes. As McCullum sets and fires on a pitch low, and the batter in Riley will go ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. McCullum near the top of the strikeout leaders in the Expedition League as a 3-0. That one catches strike zone on the outside part of the plate. The count will run to 3 balls and 1 strike. Time called by Riley. Looks in the direction of Nick McCullum. McCullum nearly frozen in place. Hasn't moved from his set position and finally does to deliver the pitch. The 3-1 big swing and a miss by Riley for strike number 2, and the count will run full. A ground ball to the second base side. It will get past off the glove of the diving Ty Stoss and a leadoff base hit for Ian Riley. He's now 2 for 3 today. JT Cafferty becomes the new batter, 0 for 2, including a walk. Trappers have the benefit tonight of the best batter of the Sodbusters lineup in Trevor Matson not being available tonight. Here's the first pitch, called a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. And for some reason, and nothing against him, but Shimashita is the only member of the Sodbusters who has gone that far. A pickoff attempt back to first base, sliding back in, and safely is Ian Riley. Count will go even, 1 ball, 1 strike. But everybody stays prior to the camera. And I don't know if the people on YouTube can tell, but on the right side of your screen is, in fact, gone past the camera. Another pickoff attempt, but sliding back in safely is Ian Riley. Action in the Trappers bullpen. Hard to tell who that is right now. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball pitch misses high. 2 balls and 1 strike. JT Cafferty, the Western Nebraska Community College Cougar, came back to his hometown of Hastings, Nebraska to play summer ball as the pitch goes low in the strike zone right at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2, runner goes on a ground ball over to the shortstop. There's second baseman Stoss onto short, onto first base, not in time, as it will go down as a fielder's choice. So Cafferty reaching on the fielder's choice, the runner going, and Ian Riley out on the fielder's choice between the base paths. So that will bring up number 28 in James Shimashita. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts and a groundout. First pitch, foul ball, heading down the third baseline for strike number 1. McCullum checks over at first base before firing inside for a called strike number 2, 1 away in the inning. So now an 0-2. That one will miss, running the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As another pitch will bounce in the dirt for McCullum. It evens the count at 2-2. Trappers were a few feet away from a double play. They'll look for a double play here, as Shimashita has grounded out before. Runner at first base, nobody else on. The 2-2 ground ball over to second base. Stoss, a nice play onto short. In time for 1 to Bramante, pulled off the bag. So back-to-back fielders' choices get the lead runner out. So Cafferty out between first and second, as Shimashita will become the new runner at first base. Shimashita will get on the base pass for the first time today, but does fall to 0-4 on the fielder's choice. Carson Cahoy, the new batter, he's 2 for 2 today with a walk and a pair of singles. McCullum checks over at the runner at first, and Shimashita pitch, a swing and a miss for strike number 1. McCullum got his nod as the Trappers' ace back on opening day against the Sodbusters when he only allowed 2 base hits in 5 innings, striking out 12. A ground ball over to the shortstop, over to second base in time. So back-to-back-to-back fielders' choices get the Trappers out of the inning, as Shimashita out between first and second base. Scoreless go the Sodbusters here in the 6th. We'll head to the bottom half of the 6th inning with Reinhardt, Yancey, and Williams due up.
When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Reinhardt, Yancey, and Williams due up here in the bottom of the 6th as a new pitcher In number 29, Jake Bigham, the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm. And that's a mouthful. Bigham in 8 appearances, no starts. Has a 2-2 record with a save in a 6.75 ERA in 13 and a third innings pitched. Has allowed 10 hits, 10 runs, 10 of them earned. Walking 8, striking out 7. His last appearance back on July 6th, wrong J month. Against the Fremont Moo, took the loss in 2 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs as the first pitch misses for ball 1, walking 3 and striking out 1 in that game against the Moo. So a 1-0 count now to Brock Reinhardt. He's 1 for 1 today with a solo home run to right field. As a swing and a miss will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Reinhardt, a foul ball back into the screen, will keep the count in Bigham's favor. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reinhardt going to have to protect to stay alive. The 1-2 breaking ball will miss, barely missing the strike zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sodbusters lead by 5 currently. The Trappers have 4 more innings to make a comeback. So the 2-2 stepping out of the box is Reinhardt as he steps back in. Wears number 23 this season for the Pierre Trappers. As a foul ball back into the screen will keep the count at 2-2. Reinhardt, the native of Woodbury, Minnesota, and the South Dakota State Jackrabbit. Favorite story as a Jack this season? While injured, he got to watch his teammate Landon Badger, who's actually a native of Pierre, South Dakota, have a 3-home run game and a 4-home run day as a ground ball hit to Solis, fired onto first base in time for the out. So a 6-3 ground out will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th. One away as it brings up Cole Yancey. Yancey, the native of Monroe, Georgia. The business management major at North Georgia, playing for the Nighthawks, will bat with nobody on and 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Trappers had 1 good inning offensively. That was the bottom of the 4th, which they scored 5 runs. However, it's nullified by the fact that the Sodbusters also scored 5 runs in that inning. A 10-run 4th combined between the 2 teams as the 0-1 misses high and away, high and inside for a even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. We appreciate those of you sticking with us here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams, and thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening. The 1-1. Again, high and tight, 2 balls and 1 strike. So now a 2-1 as Yancey will swing through for strike number 2. So now a 2-2 count to Cole Yancey. He's 0 for 2 today after grounding into a double play and grounding out to short. The 2-2 against Jake Bigham with 1 away. Check swing on a pitch high and inside. No go, ball 3. Now a full count as Yancey battles against Bigham. Trying to win the battle and put a base runner on for the Trappers with 1 away. And Richie Williams on deck. The 3-2 fly ball to left field, chasing after it's McClure. At the warning track will reach up and make the catch for the out. So a fly out to left is out number 2 of the inning as it will bring up Richie Williams. So Richie Williams today is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. He'll look to get his first base hit of the ball game with this at bat against Bigham. First pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. Richie Williams in his last game in game 1 of the Western Nebraska series went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. 0-1 will miss low and away, evening the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. So now the 1-1. Bigham puts the ball in his glove, will kick and fire on the 1-1. It bounces well in front of the plate and into the screen. We'll put the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Sodbusters 11, Trappers 6. Bottom of the 6th inning here from Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota. Weather similar to the past few games that the Trappers have had here at Hyde Stadium, as another pitch will miss, making the count 3-1. First pitch temperature today was at sunny and 80. It's now cooled down by a degree and sunny and 79. Big swing and a foul ball back into the screen from Richie Williams, and another full count. Williams did strike out looking back in the 4th inning. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 of the ball game, and his second against Richie Williams. He'll be the first strikeout of the ball game for Bigham as Williams goes down swinging. We'll head to the 7th inning. Dawson, Solis, and McClure, the bottom of the Sodbusters batting order, due up when we come back.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the North Edge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine.
Cole Dawson will lead things off against Nick McCullum here in the top of the 7th inning, as the first pitch will miss low for ball 1. The Sodbusters holding the Trappers scoreless ever since that big 5-run 4th inning for the Trappers. And that sentence could go both ways, as it was also a big 5-run 4th inning for the Sodbusters as well, the teams trading 5-run spots. Assistant coach for the Sodbusters, Luke Bay, doing a good job today as a called strike with a 1-2. Not the normal head coach for the Sodbusters, as Chandler Wagner ejected from yesterday's ballgame in Hastings against the Fremont Moo. He gets a suspension, and Bay is the current head coach as a foul ball will keep the count at 1-2. So 1-2. After a 1-2-3 inning for the Trappers in the previous half inning, a fly ball over to right field. Williams will reach up and make the catch out in right field, out number 1 of the inning on the F9. So Dawson is retired, as it will bring up Luke Solis. Solis lined out to the third baseman, singled, and was hit by a pitch, has come around to score safely twice, as the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Another pitch will run inside, kicking off the glove of Reinhardt. 2 balls and no strikes. Solis, the native of Chino Hills, California, the University of California, San Diego Tritons. Did not get to play this season, however, for the Tritons, as another pitch will miss low from McCullum for ball number 3. For Nick McCullum, the current pitcher for the Pierre Trappers, his last appearance on the 4th of July got the win in relief against the Sioux Falls Sunfish, as that will be a 4-pitch walk. First walk surrendered by Nick McCullum today, even though he has let up a free pass via the hit by pitch. As it will bring up Cameron McClure, 2 for 2 today with a pair of doubles and a sacrifice fly. McClure's having himself a day. So 11-6 Sodbusters lead, and that will run in and bite McClure, a hit by pitch. So the third free pass given up in the second hit batter by Nick McCullum, the all-star selection for the Pierre Trappers, after Ryan Cross could not make it, as it pushes Solis up to second base. Omar Jackson is 3 for 4 today, a pair of singles, a strikeout, and a double on his line. Still only 1 away with runners at first and second. The pitch, breaking ball, catching the zone, no balls and 1 strike. Corner infield playing in for the Pierre Trappers, as the 0-1 pitch will be a fastball catching the high and outside part of the plate. McCullum goes ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Barring a double play, it would bring up Justin McGuigan, as a pitch outside will be the first ball of the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Updates from around the Expedition League in just a moment. Bottom of the 9th from Fremont, as the pitch fouled back onto Capitol Ave. Count remains 1-2. Sunfish leading Fremont 11-5, bottom of the 9th from Moeller Field. Big Sticks and Pios tied at 1, top of the 5th. Still scoreless in Casper between the Tommyknockers and the Horseheads, top of the 6th there. The 1-2 pitch by McCullum kicks in the dirt and gets slightly away from Reinhardt. Count will go to 2-2. Finally, top of the 7th from Kraft Field in Grand Forks, North Dakota. The SaberDogs lead the Whiskey Jacks 4-0. So now a 2-2 count. Runners at first and second. McCullum looks back at second base. The pitch up, cut, and a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Nick McCullum. His first strikeout of the ballgame, as Jackson goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. So Justin McGuigan will be the new batter. First pitch swinging will get through the right side of the field. That will be a base hit. Into score comes Solis and an RBI single, as the Sodbusters are now doubling up the Pierre Trappers 12-6. So an RBI base hit for McGuigan will drive in Solis from second base. McClure will advance from first to third on the play as well. So first earned run for McCollum, as the 2 runs that were scored in the 5th inning were both unearned, as a check swing and a miss for strike number 1. Pretty clear that that went around, as the home plate umpire Samuel Barrett agreed. Oh, 1, the pitch outside will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Action going in the Sodbusters bullpen, as here comes the 1-1, called a strike for strike number 2. A 1-2 count now to Ian Riley. Riley is 2 for 3 today, as time called. Keeps the count 1-2. Runners at the corners and a shot to right field. That drops for a base hit. Another run comes in for the Sodbusters. On his horse heading to third. The tag is not going to be in time. Safe at third is Justin McGeegan. Some boos from the home supporters. Another RBI single. At this time it's Ian Riley will advance. McGuigan over to third base. McClure comes in to score, making it a 13-6 Sodbuster lead. Now time called, as Monterio May will come out to argue his case that McGuigan was out at third. They'll have a talk about it between the 2 umpires. Regardless, it will remain a 13-6 ball game. It would just end the inning instead of having another batter bat with runners at the corners. They talk about it, and we'll head back to Monterio May without changing their decision. They keep the call safe. Barrett will give May an explanation before we get ready to play again. May disagrees with the call and will continue making his case. May does have 1 ejection this year, will not get one here, as he will peacefully go back to the dugout. So now it will be JT Cafferty, 0 for 3 with a ground out, strikeout, and a fielder's choice. He's also walked once tonight. First pitch called a strike down the center of the plate for strike number 1. (13-6) Hastings. Runner goes, the throw down by Reinhardt will skip in the dirt and get into the outfield. The second error of the ball game on Brock Reinhardt, as another run will come in to score for the Sodbusters. So a stolen base for Ian Riley, who advances to third via the E2. McGeegan will also score via the air as well. Third run of the inning for the Sodbusters, as it's now 14-6. A swing and a ground ball right in the batter's box. It's thrown down. So a 2-3 ground out will end the inning as Cafferty grounds out. 3 more runs come across. So a strikeout instead for Nick McCollum on JT Cafferty. A strikeout swinging on a drop third strike. It's his second strikeout of the ballgame, as that finally ends the inning for the Trappers. 3 more runs come across for the Hastings Sodbusters. Only 2 of them earned, 2 base hits, 1 error committed by the Trappers, and the Sodbusters left 1 runner on base. 7th inning stretch. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th when we come back on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre. Bottom of the 7th, 14-6 Hastings in front of the Pierre Trappers. Still 3 innings to work with for the Pierre Trappers as a new pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters in Matt Hallback. Hallback, a normal position player for the Sodbusters, but is no stranger to getting pitching appearances. This is his 2nd appearance of the season and his 1st since the 4th of July. That game against the Spearfish Sasquatch, pitched 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, struck out 1. He'll have to take on the 9-1-2 in Cordes, Skelton, and Stoss. So Braden Cordes steps in 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, both to the left side, as he pulls a pitch all the way back into the screen. As a foul ball didn't tip off the bat, it was carried all the way around the bat and into the screen. Either way, it will go for strike number 1 from Hallback to Cordes. Sodbusters 14, Trappers 6. Bottom of the 7th, Cordes, the leadoff batter of the inning, as a called strike on the inside part of the plate, just around stomach high in between the lettering and the belt. So an 0-2, 3rd pitch of Hallback's appearance here in Pierre on the way, as a pitch will run low and inside, ball 1. Hallback making his first appearance away from Duncan Field on the mound, as his lone appearance was a home game. 1-2, line drive to center field. That drops for a base hit and a leadoff single for Braden Cordes here in the 7th inning. The Sodbusters, if their lead holds, which with an 8-run lead, the odds are in their favor. It will be their 3rd road win of the season and their 2nd here at Hyde Stadium. Top of the order will bring up Tyler Skelton, the designated hitter. Taking a look at the other road games for the Hastings Sodbusters on the season. Their lone other road win was in Sioux Falls, a 7-3 victory over the Sunfish on June 25th, as a pitch will run inside and hit Tyler Skelton. He throws the bat away and stares down Hallback. That was a bit of intensity from Tyler Skelton, as 2 runners will be aboard. Skelton gets hit by the pitch. It advances Cordes over to second base. It'll bring up Ty Stoss. Stoss 0 for 1 today with a pop out to third base. A hit by pitch, which he came around to score with on the 4th, and a sacrifice bunt back in the 5th. Still nobody out this inning. Runners on 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Hallback toes rubber. The deal inside, or excuse me, low and away for ball 1. (14-6) Hastings. Trappers will look to chip away at this lead.
The last time they scored was the bottom of the fourth. That was a 5-run inning. That still made it a 3-run ball game in favor of the Sodbusters. Trappers have not had a lead today. 1-0 ground ball to second base. Dawson picks it up, bobbles the ball, and now the throw gets away. All runners will stay. A smart play as it stayed in the infield. As that will go down as an error on the second baseman in Dawson. Second error of the ball game for the Hastings Sodbusters. Their previous one went on the third baseman, Riley. So an error on the second baseman, and now the third baseman, Skelton, will get over to second base, and Braden Cordes will get to third. Bases are loaded with nobody out for Garrett Hill. And a big opportunity to have a big inning. Of course, with a force at any base, wind can be taken out of the sails with a ground ball by Hill that would force a double play. He does have a ground out today back in the first inning. First pitch from Hallback will catch the strike zone for strike one. An 0-1 count. Bases are loaded full of Trappers. Stoss at first, Skelton at second, Cordes at third. Nobody out with Garrett Hill, one of the newer players for the Trappers, at the plate. The 0-1 fly ball to center field. That should at least score one. Caught by Jackson. The throw in is going to be cut off. The throw down to third base. That's going to be in time, a double play, but it will be a sacrifice fly that scores a run. Tried to tag up from second, heading for third. Did not work as 2 outs in the inning. So now runner at first base with 2 away. A big change from the last at bat. A sacrifice fly to right field that scores, or center field that scores Cordes. Will go down as Jackson to Shimashita to Riley on the putout of Tyler Skelton. Pitch will miss for ball one. The extra point is good for the Trappers as it's now Hastings 14 and the Trappers 7, a football score. 1-0 pickoff attempt back to first base, but sliding in safely will be Ty Stoss. Third game in a row in which the Trappers have let their opponents score double digits as a line drive right to the shortstop will get through for a base hit. It will roll all the way to Jackson. Jackson, the throw into second base. Diving in is Eric Mast with the double. So Eric Mast gets the double. It will drive Ty Stoss over to third, bringing up Joey Bramante, who's 2 for 3 today with a pair of home runs. A home run here, in another football term, a field goal, as it would make it 14-10. First pitch low for ball one. Bramante a solo home run, a 2-run home run. Looking for the trifecta, a 3-run home run. Now a 1-0 count to Bramante, 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away. Pitch on the outside part of the plate will put Bramante ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Bramante, a right-handed batter, typically means that most of his home runs would come to the left side of the field. However, both of Bramante's home runs tonight have been opposite field shots to right. So the 2-0, that one misses low in the dirt. Red light should be on for Bramante with a 3-0 count as it would load the bases for Brock Reinhardt, who has also homered earlier tonight. Action in the Sodbusters bullpen just wrapping up as 2 Sodbusters return to the dugout. The count. Hallback sets and fires a swing and a miss on a pitch low by Bramante. Something must have been said by the coaches for him to hack at a 3-1. Or 3-0, excuse me, making it a 3-1. So still a hitter's count in favor of Bramante. Another strike would make it full. Hallback sets and fires on the 3-1. That's inside as Bramante draws the 5-pitch walk. First walk surrendered by Hallback as it loads up the bases for Brock Reinhardt. Reinhardt today, 1 for 2 with a solo home run, a ground out, and was hit by a pitch. Yesterday's game, Reinhardt went 1 for 5 with a double, RBI, and 2 strikeouts. He bats .293 on the season. First pitch to Reinhardt, swung on and fouled back for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Sodbusters looking for win number 10 on the season and advance a game on the Pierre Trappers in the overall standings. The 0-1. Fly ball to left field. That one will drop as a fair ball. In to score is Stoss. Also scoring is going to be Mass. Bramante comes home. The tag is not in time. It's a 3 RBI double. There's the field goal. The kick is up and good. So a single for Brock Reinhardt, not a double. So Reinhardt singles will advance to second on the throw home. As all 3 runners will come in to score off the single. A bases clearing double. It scores 3 for the Trappers. As it brings up Cole Yancey. High scoring ball game. Both teams have now scored double digits, 24 combined runs. As that's a fly ball hit to deep center field. That one is going to be into the glove of Jackson for out number 3. But the Trappers do get another couple of runs off the RBI single by Brock Reinhardt. 3 runs come across in what winds up being a 4-run inning. So the Trappers beat the 3 runs inning put up by the Sodbusters, but they still find themselves down by 4 heading into the 8th inning. For the Sodbusters, it will be Shimashita, Kahoy, and Dawson due up.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine.
As the Sodbusters lead 14-10 here from Hyde Stadium. 2 more innings to play. If this was tomorrow's games, either game with 7-inning doubleheaders, this game would be in the books, but the Trappers have 2 more innings to try to work themselves back into this ball game. 14-10, Sodbusters leading. It's been a while since both the Trappers and their opponent have scored double digits. as the first pitch misses from McCullum for ball number 1 to James Shimashita. The 1-0 pitch by McCullum. That one catches the outside part of the plate, will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. The Trappers have done it. They have scored double digits alongside their opponents earlier this season. I believe the last occurrence was against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. So a 1-2 count, and indeed it was back on June 15th. The last occurrence is a called strike 3. Strikeout number 3 of the day looking for Nick McCullum. Shimashita goes down on strikes for the first time tonight, as it will bring up Carson Cahoy with 1 away here in the top of the 8th. But back on June 15th, the last time the Trappers and their opponent scored double digits together, the Trappers 10, the Sunfish 11. As the first pitch will fall in for a strike. Meanwhile, for the Sodbusters, pitch catches the zone, strike number 2. McCullum seems to have found a rhythm. The last time they scored double digits with their opponent, back on July 6th, a 13-10 decision in favor of the Fremont Moo in what was a walk-off 3-run home run. It was a heartbreaker for the Sodbusters. An 0-2, swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 4. This one's swinging. Nick McCullum has definitely found a rhythm here. Carson Cahoy goes down on strikes for out number 2 of the inning. As it will bring up Cole Dawson. Dawson 1 for 3, including a walk, has come around to score twice. 1 shy of the team leader in runs scored today, because a called strike for strike number 1. The team leader in the most runs scored today is on deck. It's Luke Solis, who's come around 3 times safely. Time called as Dawson will talk to Coach Bay up the third baseline. It gives time for McCullum to have a breather on the mound as Dawson steps back into the box with an 0-1 count. Nobody on and 2 away here in the top of the 8th. We'll give him one more update from around the Expedition League. 0-1 showing bunt down the third baseline, staying fair. The throw over is going to be not in time, an infield base hit. A very good bunt by Dawson as that one trickled up the chalked white line up the third baseline. An infield base hit will be base hit number 14 of the ball game. 14 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors for the Sodbusters. 10 runs on 8 hits, 3 errors for the Trappers. Runner at first base now for Luke Solis as a foul ball will hook and head into the ground, missing the glove of a charging Bramante. No balls, 1 strike. McCullum accepts the sign and deals on a foul ball, heading back well out of play for strike 2. When the Trappers come up in the bottom half of the 8th, it will be the 8-9-1 in Williams, Cordes, and Skelton. Now here comes the 0-2. A chopper in foul territory. Picking it up was Reinhardt, but it bounced off the dirt first. So although Reinhardt may have thought that it was a pop fly and he recorded the out, it will just be a continuation of the at-bat. Still an 0-2 count. Bottom of the 6th from Gehring, Nebraska. Big Sticks and Pios tied at 1. The 0-2 dribbler back to McCullum. McCullum bobbles it, recovers in time to flip it onto first in time for the out. 4 batters come up, including an infield base hit for Cole Dawson, but the 1-3 groundout ends it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Hastings Sodbusters. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th. The 8-9-1 part of the order due up for the Trappers as they look to mount a comeback. They're down by 4 to the Busters.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
Back for the bottom of the 8th inning. A pitching change to announce as first baseman James Shimashita comes from first base onto the pitcher's mound. Now taking over at first base will be JT Cafferty, the designated hitter. So it will be the designated hitter spot going away for the Hastings Sodbusters, as from now on the pitcher will have to hit for himself. Let's say, for example, that the Pierre Trappers do come back and tie this ball game, and the Sodbusters put in a traditional PO, or pitcher only, into the ball game. Because you just got rid of the designated hitter spot, that pitcher will now have to take at-bats in the spot of Shimashita unless he moves back to first base. So leading things off will be Richie Williams, who lays down a bunt foul. Shimashita has had 4 appearances this year on the mound with a 1.28 ERA. In 7 innings pitched, has only allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walking 6 and striking out 9. His last pitching appearance back on July 3rd against the Spearfish Sasquatch is a called strike low in the zone for strike 2 now to Williams. He pitched 2 1/3, allowing 1 base hit, 1 run. It was earned, walking 4 and striking out 1. Now the 0-2, that one will go high, putting the count to 1-2, slightly more favorable for Richie Williams. However, Shimashita still ahead in the count. Here comes the 1-2, and the count will go even on a pitch that misses low for ball 2. It will be Williams, Cordes, and Skelton due up this inning. Of course, the Trappers are hoping that it's more than just the 3 of those who will come up this inning. The 2-2 from Shimashita, fouled back, straight back towards the press box, will bounce off and head into the crowd for a souvenir. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter of the 8th. Shimashita trying to pitch a scoreless frame to keep his team in the lead. Pitch high for ball 3. We'll take a look at the line scores for the previous Sodbuster pitchers prior to Shimashita's performance in just a moment. as it will be a payoff pitch to Richie Williams from Shimashita. Pitch inside, that will be ball 4. So Shimashita letting up the leadoff walk to Richie Williams. Braden Cordes steps in with nobody out, bottom of the 8th inning. Hulteen, the starting pitcher for the Sodbusters, pitched 5 complete innings, allowed 5 hits. 6 runs, all 6 of them earned. As a fly ball to right field, that one's hooking foul and will head out of play for strike number 1 for Braden Cordes. Hulteen also did not walk a batter, striking out 2. It then went to Jake Bigham, who pitched 1 inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, striking out 1. As now here will come the 0-1 from Shimashita. Line drive left field, that drops for a base hit. Rounding second and stopping there is Richie Williams. As Braden Cordes pulls in with a base hit. 2 runners aboard, the Trappers in business here in the bottom of the 8th, bringing the tying run to the on-deck circle. Tyler Skelton will become the new batter. The Trappers trying to mount a big comeback here against the Hastings Sodbusters. At one point in this ballgame, the Trappers were down by 8 runs. It's currently 4. In fact, the Trappers trailed by 8 runs as recently as the 7th inning stretch. So now stepping in will be Tyler Skelton, 0 for 3 today with a ground out, fly out, a reach on an error, and a hit by pitch on his line. He will look for a base hit to extend, to get back into a hitting streak as it was broken in the last series as a pitch fouled back for strike 1. In Skelton's last game against the Sioux Falls Sunfish back on the 4th of July, was 3 for 4, just a triple shy of the cycle. Skelton, not a home run hitter, launched one out to left field in front of his brother and his family. Special moment for him on the 4th. So no 1 count after the foul ball by Skelton. Shimashita will look in, only allowing his 3rd base hit of the season in a little less than 8 innings pitched. Time called as Skelton steps out of the batter's box with an 0-1 count, nobody out. Good chance for the Trappers here. It's the Sodbusters 14 and the Trappers 10. An 0-1 check back over at second base. The windup and pitch on the 0-1 bounces in the dirt. Both runners take off. McGuigan will get to it, but on a wild pitch, both runners will take second and third. So advancing to third base on the wild pitch is Richie Williams. Braden Cordes will take second. Now a spot wide open at first base. Ty Stoss standing on deck. He represents the current tying run. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at second and third, nobody out. So here comes the 1-1 to Tyler Skelton. Still looking for his first base hit of the ballgame. The 1-1. Fly ball to right field. That one's going to drop as a fair ball. Into score comes Williams. Cordes rounds third and heads home. The dive by Skelton into second base is going to be a double for Tyler Skelton, and the Trappers have cut their deficit in half. 14-12, a high-scoring game for both teams. The double by Tyler Skelton will put a runner in scoring position as the tying run has come to the plate in Ty Stoss. This has been one of the more entertaining games this season for the Pierre Trappers. And it seems like whenever the Sodbusters and the Trappers play, something happens. There was a walk-off on opening day in which the Sodbusters came back in the late innings. The roles have been reversed as the Trappers seem right now to be coming back in the late innings. They're still down by 2 with work to be done. A 1-0 to Stoss. Stoss today is 0 for 2 with a pop-out and a reach on an error as a pitch fouled back will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Other than that, Stoss was hit by a pitch and had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning that advanced Skelton over to second base. That ended up being to no avail as the Trappers went scoreless that frame. Stoss waits for Shimashita. The 1-1 pitch high and outside. The count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. And the fans of the total 560 spectator crowd that has stuck around is getting fired up for their home team. Most of the crowd has stuck around. Two balls, 1 strike. Shimashita sets and fires on a pitch inside, barely grazing the hip or barely missing the hip of Ty Stoss as the count will run to a hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Most of the time on a 3-1 should be a taken pitch unless you really like what you see out of the hand of the pitcher. Now a 3-1, big pitch with a runner in scoring position. Stoss not a power hitter as a pitch will go high for ball 4, and the tying run is on the base paths. Second walk of the inning as Shimashita struggling through this appearance as McGuigan will come out to talk. He'll put runners at first and second now. It brings up Garrett Hill. Hill today is 1 for 2 in order. A ground out in the first, doubled in the 4th inning. Was hit by the pitch in the 5th and hit a sacrifice fly in the 7th. McGuigan will take his time on the mound talking to his pitcher in Shimashita. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen, nor it seems like urgency from the coaches. They're trusting in their guy on the bump. Still nobody out in the inning. Double and triple play potentially in effect with 2 runners aboard. Showing bunt will pull back on a pitch that misses. No strike call by Samuel Barrett for ball 1. Very different tone in the dugouts. The Trappers seeming energetic and watching the game. The Sodbusters seem lackadaisical. 14-12, Sodbusters in the lead. Trappers trying to put together another 2 runs as another bunt shown pulled back for ball 2. It's Garrett Hill. Stoss, who stands at first base, has laid down a bunt. I don't believe Hill has put a bunt into play this season. This is only his 3rd game as a member of the Pierre Trappers. Will clearly show bunt again as he pops this one up right back to the pitcher, and a wasted opportunity as it's popped right back up to Shimashita. Tried to lay down the bunt but popped it up. So 1 away as it will bring up Eric Mast, who's 2 for 4 today with a single and a double. Also grounded out to first base and struck out. Double play would end the frame. Runners at first and second, tying run stands at first base for the Pierre Trappers. Mass does have home run power. He has one this season. Hit it against the Sioux Falls Sunfish in Sioux Falls at Caris Park. First pitch, check swing, called a strike. No balls, one strike. Still only one out in the inning, and standing on deck is Joey Bramonte, who's launched 2 shots today. First time the Trappers have had a double-digit game on both sides of the scoreboard at Hyde Stadium. 0-1, big swing and a miss by Mast. He was looking to put the Trappers on top. No balls, 2 strikes now. Shimashita trying to get out of the frame. Sodbusters 14, Trappers 12. Runners at first and second, Stoss at first, Skelton at second base. Mast, a practice swing in the box, staring down Shimashita. A wind-up and pitch and a chopper over to the second base. This could be 2. The fire onto first base will be in time, and a 4-6-3 double play will end the threat as Shimashita gets out of the 8th inning. The Trappers do get another 2 runs across and will be down by 2 as we head into the 9th inning. Trappers will have to keep the Sodbusters scoreless, however, in the top of the 9th if they want to continue to fight through a 2-run deficit. It'll be the 9-1-2, McClure, Jackson, and McGuigan due up for the Sodbusters when we come back. An exciting conclusion up ahead as the Trappers have cut it to a 2-run deficit.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
It will be Nick McCullum returning to the mound for his 5th inning of work after leaving Fisher Roush as he only went 4. But for Roush, he allowed 9 of the 14 Sodbuster runs. Cameron McClure leads things off against McCullum as he fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. McClure today a double in the 2nd, a sacrifice fly in the 4th, a double in the 5th, and was hit by a pitch in the 7th. He's 2 for 2 today. The 0-1 called a strike, no balls, 2 strikes now the count. The 0-2 on the way, big swing and a miss, strikeout number 5 of the day, and that one's swinging for Nick McCullum. So 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Sodbusters trying to add some insurance if the Trappers have scored 6 unanswered and have been chipping away slowly at that Sodbuster lead. On this Fireworks Friday, a fireworks display to be immediately following the ballgame, as the pitch will miss to Omar Jackson. Jackson 3 for 5 today, a pair of singles, a pair of strikeouts, and a double. Pitch will go high, 2 balls and no strikes. Sodbusters 14 runs on 14 hits they've committed 2 errors, leaving 7 runners on base, as a called strike will push the count to 2-1. For the Trappers, 12 runs on 10 hits. They've committed 3 errors. They've only left 4 runners on base tonight. The pitch will miss. Count will run into the Sodbusters' favor. 3 balls, 1 strike. McCollum sets, kicks, and fires on the 3-1. That will miss low for ball 4. So a runner will get on first base with 1 away. Omar Jackson has some speed, as he will draw just the second walk surrendered by Nick McCullum. It will bring out Justin McGuigan. McGuigan 1 for 4 today. McCullum in relief of Fisher Roush. Roush pitched 4 total complete innings, as a pitch will catch the low part of the zone for strike number 1. Roush also allowed 7 base hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned, walking 4 and striking out 2. Now the 0-1. Runner takes off on a pitch low and will retreat back. Fake taken off, as the count will go even to 1 ball and 1 strike. .951 the current time, approaching the 3-hour mark on today's game. Now the runner goes on a hit and run. It's fouled off as Jackson runs into shallow left field and will have to retreat all the way back to first base, probably more like 120 feet than the traditional 90. Foul ball will run the count to 1-2. Typically that parking lot beyond the right field wall full of cars and spectators, of fans coming to the Trapper games, is time called by the batter in McGuigan. However, that parking lot cleared out because of fireworks Friday, which will be taking place immediately following the end of today's ball game. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Strikeout number 6 for Nick McCullum. That one swinging as McGuigan will strike out for the first time tonight. It will go for out number 2 of the inning, as it will bring up Ian Riley. Riley today is 3 for 4, hit a sacrifice fly, grounded out to first, hit a home run and a pair of singles since then. So Ian Riley will take the first pitch low for McCullum for ball number 1, runner at first base. Sodbusters trying to add some insurance. McCullum waits, the 1-0. Pitch outside, throw down is eaten up by Reinhardt. A easy stolen base for Jackson. A runner now in scoring position in a 2-0 count to Ian Riley. Second stolen base of the ball game for Omar Jackson. With his 6 strikeouts tonight, Nick McCullum has reclaimed the Expedition League strikeout lead with 53 strikeouts on the year, passing Tucker of the Big Sticks with 52. Pitch called a strike will put the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Called strike for strike number 2, and now almost thankful for the Ryan Cross departure, is now the current Expedition League leader in strikeouts will be heading to Casper for the All-Star game. 2-2 misses low and inside, ball 3. So a 3-2. A pitch on the outside part of the plate will miss inside for ball 4. And the second walk of the inning, third walk of the ball game, surrendered by McCullum. Not too much danger, as it actually may have ended up helping the Trappers as there's now a force at any base besides home. JT Cafferty, the current batter, he is 0 for 4 today as the first pitch will go for a strike. 2 runners aboard, 2 away. McCullum trying to keep his team's deficit at 2 to give them the best chance at least tying the ball game in the bottom half of the 9th. Trappers have scored 4 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th as a foul ball will go for strike 2. Elsewhere in the Expedition League, another game has gone final. Saberdogs defeat the Whiskey Jacks 4-2. And as you could probably imagine, this is the highest scoring game in the Expedition League today with 26 combined runs. Somehow, more surprisingly, only 24 combined base hits. And 0-2 to Cafferty. The windup and pitch by McCullum. A looper into center field. In comes Stoss, reaches up, can't get there. Both runners go and a run will come in to score off the RBI single, make it 15-12. Some boos rain down from the Hyde Stadium spectators. A base hit for Cafferty, his first of the day. Advancing all the way to third was Ian Riley. Coming in to score was Omar Jackson. It just landed in that sweet spot as a rip ball to the shortstop onto first base, second base in time for the out. A fielder's choice will go for out number 3. The Trappers will be down to their final 3 outs when we come back, but if the previous 2 innings have something to say about it, they will not go quietly. Exciting finish to this game as the Trappers will bring up Bramante, Reinhardt, and Yancey in the bottom of the 9th to try to at least tie the ball game and potentially walk it off. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up bottom of the 9th. Some of the most exciting moments in sports history have happened in this inning, as the Trappers will look to add yet another chapter as Joey Bramante, with 2 home runs tonight, will lead things off. Bramante, 2 for 3 with his 2 home runs, also grounded out to the third baseman in the 5th inning, since then walked and came around to score. Still on the mound for the Sodbusters will be Shimashita. Pitch will go high in the zone for a called strike, right at the letters for strike number 1. Sodbusters have evened their hits with their runs at 15 apiece. Tension is high, and you can hear it from the home supporters. Pitch high and outside for ball 1 will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Bramante, the leadoff batter of the bottom of the 9th. Trappers down by 3, trying to get back into this. A half-hearted swing and a miss for strike 2. Sodbusters 15, Trappers 12. 3 more games in this series, including a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 5:35. The 1-2. Shimashita fires high for ball 2, which will even the count to Bramante, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hastings 15, Pierre 12. Should be an exciting finish to the series opener. Shimashita allowed 2 runs last inning. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed for out number 1 of the inning. Strikeout number 1 for Shimashita, and the Trappers down to their final 2 outs. Patrick Connor will get the pinch hit appearance in place of Brock Reinhardt against Shimashita, getting his first appearance against the Sodbusters this season. First pitch will go high, ball 1. Patrick Connor batting .310 on the year and enters today's ballgame with a 3-game hitting streak with 18 hits on the season. The 1-0 fouled back into the screen will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Trappers will not go down quietly as they scored in the bottom of the 9th against Western Nebraska. We'll try to scrape one across against Hastings as a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Shimashita has seemed to have settled down after a rough 8th inning, including 2 runs, both of them earned off 2 base hits. He is now dealing against the Trappers and Patrick Connor here in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-2 high and outside, and the count will go even to 2-2. A lot going on after this game is over. A fireworks show here at Hyde Stadium. Then the 2 teams get ready for battle and war tomorrow. 2 games, 7 innings each, starting at 5:35. The 2-2 on the way. Pitch will go high, and now a full count will go to Patrick Connor. A payoff pitch. Tension has to be high, not only in the Trappers dugout, but in the Sodbusters dugout as well, seeing what the Trappers have done the previous 2 innings. Payoff pitch inside for ball 4, and the Trappers will bring the tying run into the on-deck circle. Third walk surrendered by James Shimashita. It brings up Cole Yancey. Again, tying run currently represented by Richie Williams in the on-deck circle. Connor has a bit of speed on the base paths, is 10 for 15 on stolen bases this year. However, bottom of the 9th may not be the time, as a foul ball down the right field line will go for strike 1. Hastings looking for win number 10. The Trappers looking for win number 11. 15 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors for the Busters. 12 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Traps. Time called by Cole Yancey. Sodbusters leading 15-12, and a line drive hit foul territory, out of play for strike 2. Trappers still have 1 out to play with only 1 out so far in the inning. Cole Yancey today 0 for 4, and wouldn't this be the time for his first base hit of the ballgame? He's due for a base hit, batting .239. The 0-2 is swung on and missed, so the Trappers will be down to their final out after Yancey strikes out and will walk back to the dugout, clearly frustrated. It will bring up Richie Williams as the Trappers are now down to their final out. Tying run is now represented by Braden Cordes in the on-deck circle. Trappers looking to go out fighting and not with a whimper. First pitch to Cordes catches strike zone for strike number 1. It's seeming like, however, they may go out with a whimper as the only runner aboard. So the 0-1 to Williams is swung on, and all of a sudden, the Trappers down to their final strike. Williams will have to protect against Shimashita. The 0-2 fouled off and stays alive in the count. And 0-2. Cordes represents the tying run. He's currently in the on-deck circle. Williams will try to get aboard to extend the inning. And 0-2, the windup and a foul ball back into the screen. Keeps it at 0-2 and will set up and do it once more. And it's Colin Adams standing on deck instead. Would be in place of Braden Cordes. The 0-2 fouled off once more. So it looks like if Williams does extend the ball game, it will be Colin Adams taking the at-bat instead of Braden Cordes. And 0-2, runner at first base. Shimashita trying to finish off the Pierre Trappers on a pitch high. First pitch taken for a ball by Richie Williams. And Williams has done an excellent job of staying alive and keeping the Trappers alive in this ball game. Some unified claps in the crowd. The 1-2 on the way, taken high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away, runner at first base, tying run on deck. Richie Williams against James Shimashita. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and that will end the ball game. James Shimashita strikes out the side, the lone exception, the walk to Patrick Connor. And indeed, the Trappers go out with a whimper, only getting 1 runner on in the bottom of the 9th inning. Game time today, 3 hours and 2 minutes as the Sodbusters win their 10th game of the season and their 2nd here from Hyde Stadium as they take the series opener by a final score of 15-12. The 2 teams will meet up again tomorrow for a doubleheader. First pitch for game 1 of that doubleheader will be at 5:35. Once more, the final score, the Sodbusters 15 and the Trappers 12. Stay tuned as we'll be back for the Pierre Trappers postgame show.
Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Back here for the Pierre Trappers post-game show. Final score, the Sodbusters 15 and the Trappers 12. As the Sodbusters took the lead in the first inning with a single run and kept adding on. Even when the Trappers would respond, the Trappers never tied the ball game, as the losing pitcher will be Fisher Roush. He falls to 1-3 on the season. As the winning pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters will be Leif Hulteen. Going 5 innings, it will be his first decision of the year. First winning decision of the year, I should say, as he improves to 1-1. No save in today's ball game, as the Sodbusters 15 runs on 15 hits, 2 errors, 8 runners left on base as we get set for the fireworks show here from Hyde Stadium. Nick McCollum going 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. Taking a look at the final lines for both teams' pitching staff, the Trappers scored 9 runs in 9 innings pitched. They allowed 15 hits, 15 runs, all but 3 of them earned, walking 7 and striking out 8. Meanwhile, for the Hastings Sodbusters, they also pitched 9 innings, allowing 10 base hits, 12 runs, 9 of them earned. They walked 4 batters, striking out 6. These two teams will return tomorrow to take each other on in a doubleheader between the two sides. That first pitch will be at 5:35, as both games will be 7 innings each. We'll take a break here and let you enjoy the rest of the fireworks show here from Hyde Stadium. Once more, your final score, the Hastings Sodbusters 15 and the Pierre Trappers 12. From Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota, I'm Tyler Katz, and I'll see you tomorrow.